It's Greg's fault.
You could be in those genetics to really build that naturally in 3 years, 2-3 years of hard work and eating right. I think you could.
No, I don't think he's natural at all.
No?
No.
Today we're discussing fake natties, in specific Hussein Farhat, who happens to be affiliated with HTLT supplements, the same exact company that I'm sponsored by.
Now we're at Mount Vernon Barbell, and I want to get a real on-the-ground thoughts and opinions on the controversy. Do you know Greg Doucette?
Yeah, I know some of them.
You know HTLT supplements? Do you know who Hussein Farhat is?
I heard of him.
So are you familiar with the controversy that's been going on with the natty or not?
I heard a little something about it.
All right, so I'm gonna just go to his Instagram and I want you to give me your honest opinion on whether or not you think his transformation was legit, that he did it naturally. So that's how he looks right now, and that's how he started. He's saying he went from this to this in 3 years naturally.
3 years is a big stretch. His physique is insane, I ain't even gonna lie. But where he came from is crazy. I mean, looking at him, he looks enhanced, but it's not something that I don't think that's not achievable. I think that it's possible to get that, but in 3 years, I don't know about that. I've been working out for 3 years, but where I started was definitely not that. Going to the gym probably activated something in him, I don't know. But
So
I can't just say.
So you think it was natural?
I think he could be natural, honestly.
Got you.
I think. What do you think?
Well, I'm reserving my opinion for the end of the video. All right, so now it's time to get a female perspective. This is where he started,
Okay.
and this is what he built
In 3 years.
in 3 years.
I don't like
could
to
show you
have
some other-
opinions on people's bodies, but
But just like, whether or not you think this physique is achievable naturally based on the starting point that you saw.
I would need to, okay, so like off rip, like off the bat, I don't think so. But I would have to know what his nutrition is like. Look, he's tracking his calories, his macros and stuff. So I mean, I guess it is. And if you work really, really hard and very diligently, but probably not. But listen, if he is natty, kudos to him. He's doing his shit.
So, final assessment, do you think it's achievable to get that physique from where he started naturally?
In 3 years? No.
All right. You know who Greg Doucette is?
No, I don't.
You don't? All right, that's even better. So we'll get a non-biased opinion. So I'm gonna show you where he started, where his physique is now, and I want you to give me your raw, uncut opinion based on your, based on what you think is natural. So this is how he started.
All right.
All right, you see the physique?
Yeah.
All right, this is what he looks like now, based on that starting point. If you think he's natural, and he built this physique naturally in 3 years.
No, I don't think he's natural at all.
No?
No. I don't think he's natural. Go back to the picture where it was at. Reason why I say no is because he's very, very vascular. The shoulders are really wide. Compared to what I think a normal natty would. Even people that compete natty don't have wide enough shoulders or even the V-taper like that. The biceps are really wide. Some people are gifted with good genetics. He did have a bicep peak when he was skinny. You get what I'm saying? So that really can be out of it. But even the thickness on the forearms, the shoulders, and the trap muscle. Gotcha. And it's real depth like that. But
so do you have any experience with like supplements? Like you have knowledge of supplements? All right.
I have knowledge of supplements.
We're not talking protein and creatine here.
Yeah, we're not talking about protein and creatine. You can talk about songs.
So based on your experience and knowledge, you think that he's not natural?
No.
All right, so how long have you been lifting?
I've been lifting for 5 years now.
5 years,
Yeah.
okay. So this is good, and you're 100% natural?
100% natural.
All right, so I'm gonna show you a before and after physique, and I want you to give me your honest opinion as a natty lifter that's been training for 5 years, if you think the transformation is possible naturally in the time that the individual is saying that he did it.
Sure.
All right, so this is the before.
Okay.
All right, never lifted.
Kind of built like me.
Yeah, right? So narrow, skinny, and this is what he looks like now.
And that's a span of how long?
3 years.
3 years?
Less than what you've been training. I could show you some other photos, just so you can have, that's him again, that's him again.
It's definitely doable, But then again, you have to take into account how old was he in the first picture.
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean, he's young, yeah.
and then if he's on like say like creatine, so like I would say, I want to say he's natural.
Gotcha.
Just off of like my own like, and I know like the different types of body types. So I would say he's natural. If
Yeah?
he's dedicated all the time, I'm not sure.
There you go. I mean, we're getting varying opinions here. Really quick, how long have you been lifting?
I've been lifting for 2.5 years now, consistently.
2.5 years. And are you natty or not?
Natural, 100% natural.
Natural. Now, are you familiar with Hussein Farhat?
Yes. Everybody has their opinions on him to see if he's natural or not.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you his before, his after, and you tell me honestly, not based on your own bias, but what you believe is true. So this is how he started.
Okay.
All right. This is where he's at now. So
Okay.
now you saw the before. You see where he is now. He says that he achieved that physique naturally in 3 years. Is that possible?
Yeah. So, my opinion, I think it's possible.
Okay.
I started very skinny. I was around 140, and I got all the way up to 196, and people kept asking me if I was on steroids or not, just because of the
Really?
look. Yeah, and also
you are tall too.
Yeah. And also you gotta think about it on camera. You know, the editing. You look a little bigger. Maybe in person you're not as big, but you could be in those genetics to really build that naturally in 3 years, 2-3 years of hard work and eating right. I think you could.
This is gonna be our final interview. Are you natty or not?
I'm natural.
Natural. All right, and you're familiar with the Hussein Farhat, Greg Doucette controversy?
Of course.
All right, and before I ask you the question, what are your thoughts on the whole situation?
I think they're just milking this shit for clout. I think they're just milking this for views, and Hussein is natural. I feel like he started off unnatural, but I definitely think he's natural right now.
Got you.
So I feel like he cycled in the beginning, like when he first started lifting, but then after some time that he cycled off.
Got you.
Because right now,
So this is how he started,
exactly.
and then this is where he's at now.
But Hussein was like, he's like 170, 180.
Yeah.
So I don't really feel like that's unnatural. If his body weight was a lot more higher and his FFMI, like his fat-free mass index, was a lot more higher, I'd definitely say he was unnatural.
So you think he wasn't natural when he started?
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
So what do you think, if you had to say, what do you think he hopped on when he first started?
I feel like he just took a cycle of testosterone, nothing really crazy.
okay.
He didn't have any crazy acne.
Yeah.
I don't feel like his dosage was that high. I mean, definitely I feel like he locked in with his diet and locked in with his training, but he definitely cycled in the beginning, I feel like, for sure. Cycled in the beginning to put on the mass, but I think he said he put on like 50 pounds of muscle in a year or something.
Insane. Yeah.
That's not true. Because
I've never heard of that.
His weight calculations don't even add up. That doesn't even make any sense, because then he would have been around 190 to 200 pounds. And then when he competed in that show, he was 170.
Boots on the ground opinions.
Shoot, man. They need to partner me up with Hussein. We got to find out.
Now, there's a lot to uncover, so I'm not gonna go into all of the weeds and details. I'll link videos from either Anabolic Stick or Greg Doucette so you can like do the homework. But in essence, this guy came into the scene out of nowhere, looking great with an amazing physique, and claimed that he made this transformation that I'm showing you on the screen in 3 years naturally without ever doing anything. No SARMs, no steroids, no TRT, no nothing.
When I first started training, I think it was like around 133 to 135 pounds when I was 19. And I just 133 at 6 foot? Yeah. Fuck, dude.
So naturally, he got a lot of fake natty accusations.
I hated being skinny, so I dedicated myself every single day. 19 months later, and so
Long story short, Jeff Nipper goes and makes this video.
Look like you're on steroids without ever actually taking steroids. I think it is, but a lot of people find that hard to believe.
vast majority of people are saying, there's no way this guy's natural.
And that gets even more attention on the situation. And to make matters worse, Greg then goes on Scott Herman's page, who's an OG fitness influencer, and makes a comment saying that Hussein is actually a fake natty. And that's what blew all of this out of proportion, because Greg was trolling, but the entire fitness industry took it seriously and took it literally. Now, during all this, I still don't care. I'm watching the videos, I'm watching the reactions. It has nothing to do with me, and it doesn't affect me in the slightest. Although I'm in a group chat with Hussein, like, I have no affiliation outside of HTLT with dude. Like, I don't know son, and I'm not inclined to defend him, to be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. So why am I making this video then? Well, because after Greg made that comment, him and Hussein then go and make a video reinforcing the fact that he is a fake natty, that he did go on drugs, and he did.
We're coming clean. I don't know how else to start off this video. This was a really hard one to do, honestly, which is why I have Greg here with me to help me, navigate this, explain everything to you guys. I just wanted to tell you guys that everything was planned from day one. I decided to hop on gear. It was a small cycle, 300 EQ, 300 tests, 300 masterone, a little bit of Anavar and MK as well. And I did this for 16 months. I planned everything all along because I knew I was good.
So again, this was a troll. But okay, now the fitness industry is like, oh, we got him red-handed. You're saying it, you're admitting it, so you've been lying this entire time. Why should we trust you? And that's where I begin to get impacted, because Greg Doucette is the face of HTLT supplements. I've been sponsored with HTLT supplements for almost 3 years. And I've made tons of content, and I've put myself out there for this brand. And now this one move that Greg and Hussein decided to do as a troll is affecting how the fitness industry is perceiving this company, HTLT Supplements, that I'm sponsored by. So now I'm thinking, damn, do I still want to be associated with this? Because I love the company, I love the supplements, but when something like this happens, you have to call into question your own personal brand. And I've never lied, I've never done anything that involves any controversy with the Jesus V brand. So now that Greg Doucette made this video, which was a troll, the fitness industry is like calling into question like this entire company that Greg's affiliated with. So why should anyone trust the supplements that I'm recommending if they're out here lying, whether it's for a troll or not? People don't believe you now. It's like the boy who cried wolf. So that's why I'm making this video. So in terms of the timeline, when Anabolic Stick and all these other people were making videos, I did not care. I watched for entertainment, but didn't really care. It wasn't until the brand that I'm associated with is now being called into question that I felt like I needed to say something. And it's Greg's fault. If I'm gonna keep it 100, it's Greg's fault. He should have never made that comment, and he should have never pushed Hussein to make that video. Now, Hussein is his old man, so obviously he had to agree, so he has to take some accountability there. But I just think it was a bad troll. It was a bad choice, and it blew up in their face. And now Hussein's lost probably all credibility, and Greg has lost an immense amount of credibility, but not that much, because of he's got a huge history in the fitness industry, and he's helped a lot of people with his cookbooks and his advice. So, it's like with cancel culture. He did this one fucked up thing, but does that really take away from all the good that he's done over like the past decade of making content? No. So, like, if it was something very dramatic, I probably would disassociate myself, but it wasn't that serious. I am on red alert though. I am gonna be aware, and if something like this happens again, I might have to make a choice. So yeah, I think it was a bad troll. It was a bad choice. It blew up in their face, and now they both have lost credibility. But I'm still a Greg Doucette fan. And when it comes to Hussein, honestly, I wasn't even following him. I saw some of his videos, but Again, he hasn't made any effort to like reach out to athletes, so I'm not inclined to defend him or to go to bat for him just because he's associated with the same brand as me. Yeah, and that's what I feel about the situation. In terms of everybody else making response videos, it's a weird situation because when you make your entire brand and channel about judging others in the guise of that you're doing it to showcase to people what they should and shouldn't be doing, but you're still reaping all the benefits, it just seems kind of sleazy to me. To make your entire channel based on tearing others down without having actual legitimate evidence, it just seems kind of lazy to me. Instead of you like making content about your own fitness journey and everything that you're going through, that's much harder. How easy is it for me to just put this camera up and talk about other people? And in terms of the impact on HTLT, I just hope that people are able to separate the brand from the choices that Greg makes. Unfortunately, he is closely linked to the brand because he literally promotes it every single chance he gets. And now, finally, the lessons learned. Listen, at the end of the day, if you're on your fitness journey, who cares what any other man does or doesn't do? Like, I do not care, not in the slightest. I'm not going to invest time, energy in what another man puts in his body. In terms of branding, you do, however, need to be aware of the mission statement and the values that any company has that you might be inclined to work with, because by default, you are going to be associated with that brand. So, you know, it's just like when an athlete that's signed with Young LA does something stupid, immediately the backlash falls on the brand. And then if that happens enough times, now you think of Young LA as this like toxic gym bro brand. Unfortunately, that's kind of how branding works, which is why cancel culture exists, which is why brands do not want risky partnerships. As soon as something happens, a brand is quick to cut you. And as an athlete, as a sponsored person, unfortunately, sometimes you might have to do the same. So be aware of the companies that you're working with and the other people that are associated with the brand and how that impacts you and your own personal brand. So that's really it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not going to talk about this topic again. And if you did, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, until next time, fuck your insecurities. Peace.